weekend on EA Sports. Coming up next, we've got what should be a good one between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. I'll have scores around the league for you at the half, but it's time for a little football. So we'll hand it over to our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at New Era Field in Orchard Park. Today we continue on in Wild Card Weekend with a great AFC matchup between the Denver Broncos and the Buffalo Bills. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the postseason on EA Sports. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden. And, Charles, that's really all I need to say to get you fired up. It's the postseason on EA Sports.
And no one's more fired up than the guys who are going to be playing in this game. This is what they fought for all year long. Go back to the OTAs, the mini camps, training camp, throughout the season to get to the playoffs. The intensity level will be off the charts.
The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game. This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. So here are the Broncos now for their opening drive. And they will be led out by their 6'3" quarterback.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
A good, safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down. Right back to him on first down. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. And the Buffet boys, the O-line, hopefully they're ready today.
Listen, you got to feed them first. But if you do, you usually get a great product out on the field. And when they play well, the quarterback can't wait to feed them afterwards.
We got 4.
Looking to throw on second down. Snell. That is incomplete. A look now at the Buffalo defense. They really played well in that win last week against Miami.
And they needed to be because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. From the gun, Snell. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
Would it be safe to say that as precise as routes are supposed to be run in the NFL, maybe they're not quite as precise in college ball?
That's accurate, yeah.
And I think we saw a college route in the NFL there. Just find the soft spot, find the dead zone, and find the first down. And that's what he just did.
So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Now they'll run it on the toss. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Off play action. Snell toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Here comes the 7th play of this opening drive. They've moved it well, but here's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Snell. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 17-yard line.
Nice catch right there. Brings to mind the sentence, when in doubt, find your veterans.
He used to laugh back in the day when they would call guys like him crafty veterans. You get up in your 30s, you're still playing receiver, but you're around that long at that position, you're doing something right.
Just remember this. When he was young, he thought the crafty veteran was simply a guy who couldn't run anymore. Now he understands a little bit better.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
Enough takes a start to have a good drive. Quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
They'll try to capitalize on play number 11 of this opening drive. 3rd and goal. From the gun, Snell. And he will find his man on the outside. They'll get 11, but it'll still lead to a 4th down.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
They pass up the 3, fake it, it doesn't work. And this crowd loves it as their guys hold on the opening drive. Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here.
Here we go. 50, plant.
Good track.
5.
Off the bootleg. Merritt on the crossing route. Complete. That's Roth. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. It's a gain of 13 and a Buffalo first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Back to throw. Merritt got an open man. It's Foster. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch. Able to get 7 on that first down pass play. 2nd and 3. Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. His 2nd catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
No score after 1 on EA Sports.
Let's go now. 10-2 stop.
So we got man. Watch twist.
Hit it.
They'll run on first down. Kilgore. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory.
Come on, set.
5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
You got defense. Clear.
To throw on 2nd down. Merritt. And he fires one incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Operating from the gun. Merritt. Looking left side. He's got it. Complete. And this effort won't be enough as they rally up to stop him a couple of yards short. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This one angles out of bounds at a good spot in the coffin corner. And they're going to mark this out of the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb.
Ready, ready. 18 Gator. Let's go.
Throwing on first down. Snell. Roberts got it. And he takes this just about a yard shy of the 20. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. So a much rosier picture now after that last play. Here's 1st and 10 at the 19-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Ready? 60 Pittsburgh. We own it. We own it. Big grip.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Snell, he's going to loft one deep left. And got his man complete. And all the way down to the 26. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 56 yards. Every defensive staff harps on limiting explosive plays. Job not so well done there.
Yeah, they talk about it all the time. A lot harder to stop, though, isn't it? And when you think of an explosive play, most offensive staffs define them as passes of 20 or more yards and runs of 15 or more yards.
They went zooming past that number there. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Snell. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They've made goal line offense a priority on the practice field this week. This is exactly the situation they've been prepping for. They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And the big boys up front, they're going to stop him right at the line. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal. Here's 2nd and 8. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. From 8 yards out, as his guys are first onto the scoreboard here this afternoon.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set, and racing going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Extra point through the snowflakes, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the drive there took 6 plays. And it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 8. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Bills offense coming out, ready to take over. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on the short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. The Bills send the punter out as he'll punt it away for the second time. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt.
Here we go. 30 base.
Check back 50. Let's go, D. Big Sears right here.
And ready.
On first down, Snell over the middle, and it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll him behind the line. Facing the prospect of a punt from their own end zone, they need some cushion. Let's see what they can do on 3rd down. Going to give this time to the tailback. And he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. The Broncos send out their punter now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. Taking on the midfield logo. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're
and all the way home for a Bills touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, as they are now on the board here in the first half. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
The extra point up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. And we can break that scoring drive down pretty easily. 1 play, long touchdown pass into the end zone. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This is taken at his 4. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Face mask. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Back to throw. Snell, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. To throw again. Snell, and this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. On 1st and 10, Snell. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down inside the 30. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This quarterback now hitting on 2/3 of his passes, 10 for 15 so far. 1st and 10. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 17 yards for the Broncos there as they've got themselves a 1st down. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
This quarterback now closing in on a 200-yard first half through the air. It's 1st and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. A field goal try forthcoming now for the Broncos. This just a 35-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick here is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. Now the drive ends in just 3, but they'll take it. Looks like they'll head to the locker room, barring something unfortunate, in front on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they may not be jumping up and down and celebrating because they have the lead, but still, any little momentum in a game like this is important to a team, and they'll feel real good about going in and regrouping, knowing that they are out in front.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Looking to throw. Merritt. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. So we're at halftime of this AFC wildcard matchup as we'll head down to Orlando. That's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. It's the first of 2 games here on this wildcard Sunday. We'll get back out to you guys in just a moment. But first, let's take a look back to yesterday's AFC wildcard game. And it is the Kansas City Chiefs who will fight another week as they were able to take care of the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, in our game, just a field goal separates these two sides at the break. One will go on to the divisional round, one will go home. To find out who it is, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This one taken just inside the 10. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Off the play fake. Merritt. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield. Complete. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
Ready? 8-3. Single receiver. Hey, you're on the line.
Throwing on first down. Merritt over the middle, complete. It's Roth. Now he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
You got nothing today. You got nothing.
Get it.
On second down now. Kilgore. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
70, Indy.
On third down. Farrell. And he gets it down to the 48. Enough for the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted.
Break.
Watch 98 to Mike. Come on. 2 times. Hey.
Let go.
On first down, Kilgore. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Merritt looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Roth. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. A good chance this is 4-down territory if they're unable to convert. But right now looking at a 3rd and 3. Well, throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never played chess, and I know that I'm not smart enough to play chess. Guys like you with your IQ, you can pull that off. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to kick it away. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away.
That's it, baby. We gonna run.
A chance for us to look now at the Bills' defense. And we watch now how effective they've been, how disruptive they've been in the backfield.
And what's been so difficult for the offense is that you know that they spent all week rehearsing these things, working on blitz pickups, protections, knowing where the pressure is likely to come from. They've read the scouting reports. They've watched the tape. But sometimes, under pressure, that coordination breaks down, and I think that's what we're seeing here.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. So they come out of the locker room trailing, but plays like that, they won't be trailing much longer. Defense really starting out well this second half.
Yeah, they knew they had to jumpstart things a little bit. They really struggled in the first half trying to slow them down, but now they had a plan, made that adjustment that we always talk about, and it worked very well on that play.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Now a handoff here to his running back. And a nice gain there as he'll be taken down just shy of the 20. They get 6 yards back on the run, but still have a 3rd and long situation forthcoming. Looking to throw. Snell. A fight for the football, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. That interception sets them up beautifully already in the red zone.
And you can hear it all the way up here. Oski, everyone turned to block, find a spot, and now they're set up inside the red zone for their offense.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
That's going to be caught at the 10-yard line. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, 1st and goal. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Hey, that QB's trash. Let's go.
Like
from the gun, Merritt. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. From 4 yards out. And the Bills have retaken the lead. And down near the goal line here, they're able to throw it in.
And the key word, quick. Quick hitter. Out of his hands fast, into the receiver's hands even faster.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And that makes it 14-10. A Well, that drive started with not a whole lot of real estate in front of them. In plus territory, excellent field position. 2 plays later, pay dirt. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. 1 quarter remains for the right to survive round 1 here in the AFC. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready. 50. Push him back. Push him back.
On 1st down, Snell. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Good work after the catch. Gets him 15 and a 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on 1st down. Operating from the gun, Snell. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Protection certainly going to need to be a bit better here on 2nd and 16. 2nd and long. Now they set up the screen. That's complete.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And they're going to be set up down around the 15-yard line. A big 30-yard play on 3rd.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them the lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And nearly picked off there, almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down. An incomplete pass on 1st down, that leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again, Snell. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Now, after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we return to Orchard Park. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Back to throw. Snell, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Denver score. A 5-yard touchdown, and the Broncos have once again taken the lead. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead. So an 8-play drive covering 80 yards, and it ends with a Denver touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. Now this offense ready to head back out there. And what a pressure spot for both sides, really. But they're at home now. They have the football here in the playoffs, sort of controlling their own destiny.
It's a spot they've all dreamed of. This is where you want to be. Home, have the ball, a chance to win the game, control your own destiny, as you noted. But here's the thing. Don't let the crowd...
A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 30. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
Well, so much of playing quarterback in the snow comes down to trying not to do too much. You've got to just keep telling yourself, throws downfield we've run every day in practice all year. But guess what? They suddenly become more difficult. And this one gets away from him and winds up an interception.
And Denver getting set to take the field. They're holding on right now to that slim advantage in a one-score game. And you hear a lot about 2-minute offense and 4-minute offense. Obviously, the 4-minute offense applies here. How do they run that effectively?
Yeah, really what the 4-minute offense is you're just trying to grind the clock. So you want consistent gains, steady gains. Doesn't have to be big plays, but it has to be plays that gets first downs and keeps the ball away from your opponent.
But certainly throwing the ball is in the mix here.
It certainly is. Just make sure that you're careful with it. And again, get those first downs, keep possession of the football.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
But they didn't accomplish their goal. They didn't get a stop there, gave up another first down. They have all 3 timeouts in their pocket. I think defensively you've got to start thinking about using them here.
I was just going to ask you at what point you think now's the go time?
I think now's the go time. I don't think you sit back and wait because they can take a lot of time off the clock between plays and run 3 to 4 and really put you in a stressful spot.
Second and 6 at their 48-yard line.
Off play action. Snell. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. One of the bigger plays in the game thus far, and the crowd getting into it as we come up on a big third down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And a loose football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
Well, partner, here's where team football gets tested a little bit because I know the defensive guys were over there chilling on the sidelines, and all of a sudden they heard the sudden change call because that fumble puts them right back on the field, and they've got to go out and finish the game now themselves.
Absolutely. Nursing that slim lead here in the fourth, a costly turnover. So the Bills now down by a field goal. At time, a huge factor. Their sold-out crowd is behind them. They need at least a field goal to tie as they've got it 1st and 10.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
Following the fumble recovery, Merritt. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
That's what I'm talking about. Nice hit, boy.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Ready?
Looking to throw. Merritt. And he's going to have the connection to Foster. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Check 56. Oh, yeah, I'm coming.
to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Stokes. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. He'll look to throw. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the 4th.
Wow, wow, wow. I know it's a never-say-never situation, but to me, that looks like that's the one that's going to finish them off.
The score that puts them in front here late, but now you got to rally your kick team, don't you, and say the last thing we need is a big return.
And what happens is guys get overeager, get out of their lane because they're so excited they want to make the last tackle. You mess up, could come back at you a long way.
Point after, up and good. And that will make this a 4-point game. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken about the 12. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. They're down here in a 1-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Broncos in their hurry-up try to get to their positions and get set quickly. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts, as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. They'll look to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. Now the Broncos going to use the second of their timeouts as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Back to throw. And that is incomplete. That would have been a tough catch, but in this 2-minute drill, those are the ones you really hope your guys come up with.
Yeah, you don't want your guy to be able to take the out because it was a tough catch. You needed him to come up with that one, because if he does, it alters the perspective of this 2-minute drill, doesn't it?
Game on the line, season on the line. They're going for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Snell. And he's got his big tight end over the middle, complete. Now the Broncos will use their 3rd and final timeout as they get it with 16 seconds remaining on the clock. He's back to throw. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw again. Snell. He's going to let it fly. And this is incomplete with a clock showing just 3 seconds left. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. One final shot. They'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, and this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.